Radical.
Undisputed is back. And is it better than ever? We'll do a little bit of a dive into this, and we'll discuss. For those of you that follow sports media, Undisputed was one of the biggest shows ever. People would tune in, and they would like to watch Skip and Shannon debate each other, a lot of time actually yell at each other over things like the Lakers and the Cowboys. So now it's back. After 2 months being away because of what happened with Skip and Shannon, it is back. But is it better than ever? I'll give you my thoughts, and you can agree or disagree, which is fine. It's the first day of Undisputed. I'll start with the intro. Lil Wayne did the old intro, No Mercy, and he does the new one, Good Morning, which I get it. Okay, good morning. It's saying hello, good morning, right? But to me personally, like it's a little weird the way Lil Wayne says, good morning, good morning. You know, like he says it just doesn't really fit. Yeah, like it's just something about like the way he says it. I don't know, it's just, I'm not going to say it's cringe, but it's just weird because it doesn't like fit with the rest of the rap. But it is, I don't know, I want to say God tier rap, but it is great rap. Lil Wayne's one of the best to ever rap, I would say. He's not one of my personal favorites, but I recognize that Lil Wayne's a very, very talented rapper. And he really knocks it out of the park with the intro. He really took his time, and you could tell he crafted that rap, and Good Morning is a great rap. Like, I could see that maybe even on the radio. Hell, considering how radio is this year, probably a Lil Wayne joint is probably the best thing with all these fucking mumble rappers, you know? A Lil Wayne rap where you can actually hear the words that are actually coming out of his mouth that he can say makes me think about that Rush Hour. You know, Chris Tucker's like, what does he say? Like, can you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Because he couldn't understand, you know, Asian guy Jackie Chan in that movie. I would say it's, to me personally, I like it overall better than the old No Mercy theme, but I left a comment under No Mercy. Some people are actually going back to the upload and talking about how they love the new one compared to it. I think it fits, the old one fits the format in the show better. And I can't really describe why I feel that, but I feel it fits better, even though it's not as good of a rap, if that makes sense. Also, I saw a video where he talked to Lil Wayne. And the weird thing is, Lil Wayne, you wouldn't expect a decade ago to see, of all people, Lil Wayne on a sports discussion show. It doesn't really make that much sense. Because, like, yeah, I mean, he's a rapper, but you don't think of, like, Lil Wayne as somebody that you should talk sports media with. But him and Skip are friends, so that's probably why he had him on the show. The problem with Lil Wayne is, even though he's a great rapper, he can't talk that well. He sounds like he smokes, like, 5 packs of cigarettes a day. And it's, like, not a projecting voice. He just doesn't have a voice for talking. He has a voice for rapping, but not for talking, if that makes sense. So the big change, of course, on the show is it's no longer Skip and Shannon Undisputed. It is now Undisputed, Skip, and 3 loud black guys. That's what the impression I got from it. I'm not saying that there weren't points when I was entertained by Richard Sherman or Keyshawn Johnson. Michael Irving, I don't really particularly find that entertaining. He just seems kind of like a loudmouth braggart. Maybe not braggart, I don't know. Like, I just really was kind of phasing him out. Like, if I could take Michael Irvin, either take him out of the equation or turn the volume down on Michael Irvin. Like, when it comes to Stephen A. Smith, I'd rather listen to Stephen A. Smith versus Michael Irvin. There's just something about him. I don't know. Just like there's a certain level of loudness and people yelling at each other. And I can only really take so much of it. When I tune into a sports debate show, I just want to hear like analytics. I want to hear I mean, my standards of quality are not really that super high, to be honest. One reason I tune into these shows is I just need something to listen to in the background while I'm doing a lot of my work, whether it be working on getting things ready for my game selling on the weekends or just other things around the house. And for that purpose, Undisputed was always a go-to because I would like to listen to Skip versus Shannon. Now it's Skip versus, like I said, 3 loud black guys. And Keyshawn's maybe not super loud, but he has his moments. But Richard Sherman and specifically, Michael Irvin, they're just loud. What's funny was Skip had trouble, and he addressed it. Skip had trouble getting a word in edgewise. And it's Skip's fucking show, so it's kind of funny. It's funny that on your own show, you can't even get a word in edgewise. Maybe he should have replanned that whole having three loud people right there beside of you. And when I say right beside, I mean they got a small table. Like they're all within breathing distance of each other. At least it seemed like Skip and Shannon were a good little distance away from each other. I don't know who chose this table. Were there so many people that they had to fit them all in one shot? They had to choose like a little little table for younglings. I can't say the word for non-adults because YouTube doesn't like certain words. I'm just telling you, YouTube doesn't like certain words. Even though they're harmless words, I don't like those words. But a round table, very, very small. I mean, literally, like they could put their arms around and they could have holding hands around the table if they wanted to. So that was kind of weird. The intro, I gotta admit, was a bit cringe though, because you have Skip and he's just there, and he's pounding the table and yelling himself. He's like, how about this new format? How about Lil Wayne intros? How about them Cowboys? How about these hemorrhoids? Like he was going on about everything, just pounding the table like a madman, which, I mean it's cringe, but I'm not saying it's not entertaining or funny, My expectations were really kind of low because I was thinking, this is just going to be terrible. I mean, Shannon's not there. It's not going to be the chemistry between them. But it seemed, oddly, Skip seemed an outsider on his own show because the 3 ex-football players had some bit of chemistry themselves. And then Skip was just kind of he was looking around like, man, what did I got myself into? So not a complete dumpster fire. I think it was, at times, maybe a bit of a, I want to say train wreck, but just a bit unorganized. Maybe they'll smooth some things out. I mean, for a first show, it really wasn't that bad at all. It wasn't. And the more time went by, I started to check out the clips again going, this could actually kind of work. It could kind of work. So I have expectations maybe they'll all grow some chemistry a little later on. What I would do if I were Skip, I would actually just not... No, I think the answer might be to add more loud black guys. I think 3? No. You want to keep that same little table and add maybe 4 or 5 more. Just have a Knights round table. But just, big, huge ex-black football players. Just be kind of funny looking seeing little Skip there, But no, just maybe of the 3, the best one potentially to be the next replacement for Shannon Sharpe would be Richard Sherman. It's obvious to me. Because Keyshawn just not big enough of a presence, I don't think. But Richard Sherman, yeah, I think he's the guy. He's quite intelligent at times. I think he's the guy that could be the replacement, even though you can't really replace Shannon Sharpe and that chemistry he had with Skip. The closest you're going to get is him. Michael Irvin, I say probably just muffle him a little bit. You know, bring out a coronavirus mask and just put the coronavirus mask where he can talk, but still muffled. You got to lower his volume some ways. I mean, they probably won't, but I think that's what they should do. Just have him rotate, man. Maybe who they got? They got Rachel Nichols. Was she on this show? I don't know. Just maybe do a rotation. Is that the idea? Maybe have each of them every single day, and then on Fridays, Lil Wayne. No, that's a terrible idea. Could you imagine Skip talking to Lil Wayne and just Lil Wayne for the whole show? Nah. I will say I was pleasantly pleasantly surprised at Undisputed being back and not being a terrible dumpster fire. I don't think it was anyways. Is it better than ever? No, I don't think it's better than ever. Will it be better than Skip and Shannon Undisputed? Time will tell. It just depends on a lot of things going right. I don't think so. But if you would have asked me this a week ago, I would have been like, no way in hell the new Undisputed can be on the same level as the old. But now, at least, you know, I'm feeling positive about the future of Undisputed. I am. And all I needed for it to be is just something good to listen to in the background. There's better things out there, I'm sure, but I can't explain it. Like, I just like listening to the sports uploads in the background when I'm doing stuff around the house. I don't know why that is. Now, what do a lot of you like to listen to in the background when you're doing work around the house? You know, like music, podcast. Radical Rick. That's an idea. I think I'll just mostly listen to myself. Yeah, that works, right?